Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk about how to minimize your returns. So there's lots of reasons why people are going to return an item, and in the UK, they have that option. Now, if it's a change of mind return, then all costs associated with that are down to them. However, if something's gone wrong or it's got damaged on the way, then it's completely down to you because they've paid you to get it to them. You now need to go to whoever you have used as your carrier to claim it back off them. So be careful who you use. If you're sending liquids, some don't love a liquid, so make sure you know the terms of service before you use it. In the UK, you're much better to use somebody like Royal Mail than perhaps Yodel or Every. However, it does depend on several things. So let's talk weights. So most of your products are likely to be under 2 kilos and under a certain size as well. So the third size of a box needs to be less than 16 centimetres. If you can keep it under the 2 kilos and as a small parcel, you're knocking on the door of something like £3.39 in the UK just for tracked postage. That's the key. If you can track it, you know where it is, you can keep in communication with your customer, and you can tell them straight away, your item is on its way, we've done it really quickly, and you can see where it is. Now, depending on what you ship it out in, will determine whether it gets there in the same number of pieces it started out in. The last thing you want is a poor customer experience. So think carefully about what your products are going out in. If they're smaller products, then I use a small box, such as this, which actually will turn up like that. Now, you can put stickers or branding or whatever onto anything, but this works perfectly for smaller products and they stay safe. It's reasonably thick, but it's not top of the range. Now, if you are packaging a more premium product, or it's something that gives an experiential thing behind it, then think about a slightly more expensive box. So something like this one. Oh, hello. So I'm not sure you can see, but it's currently full of Christmas cookies. And they're snowmen and lovely little gingerbread people. And I've also thrown in a couple of little candy canes. Now those candy canes are very inexpensive. I'm not going to use the cheap word. Inexpensive. And the customer doesn't know they're in there. They are an experiential thing to make the customer smile. Now that box, not only does it have a really lovely interior when they open it and it can make them smile, it's also a little bit thicker. So if I'm putting a set of things together, it might be a mini hamper set or whatever, or something that's a gift for someone, I'm going to make a difference. Because if I make my customer smile, they've got it quickly, it's in the requisite number of pieces, they're going to go and talk about it. Now, they're more likely to talk about it if they have a poor experience with me than if they are with a good experience. But if I go out of my way and do something slightly different to anybody else, then the chances of returns are low. The chances of them talking about me out there are going up. It makes your marketing budget go so much further. The pennies it cost me to give them a candy cane are all the best money you're ever going to spend. So during non-seasonal times for Christmas, they'll probably get Haribo or something else. Either way, that customer is having a good experience. So what have I done to mitigate returns? They're boxed well. They fit the product. There will be packaging as and where and when is necessary. They will be quick. So 48-hour tracked means it's got less time to get stuck in a system where it's going to get messed up and it's going to come back. They have gone through a reputable shipper. So who are you using? If you're using click and drop in the UK, you can track all of your orders in one space, and hopefully they'll integrate with varying different things out there. If you get yourself in the way of a system to get your orders done and gone as quickly as they come in, and have a relatively late cut-off wherever possible, so ours is 1 p.m. in the UK, it means I have the option to try and get it there even quicker if they need it. The quicker a customer has it, and they will pay for that service, the more chance they're going to be delighted and come back, and you have fewer issues. So match your products to the boxes, to the packaging, and always try and give the customer a really good experience. Anything over 2 kilos in weight or over 16 centimetres on the third side of the box, you're going to think carefully of who and where. But if you're going to use card inside to make sure whatever you're shipping arrives, always do it. It's worth the extra time. Now, the other way to stop returns is make sure it is what it says on the tin. Give as much of a description as you possibly can, and they're much more likely to say thank you very much. If you have an issue with anything, communicate with them as quickly as you can, and always keep the customer in the loop of whatever is going on. If you cock up, put your hand up, say we're really sorry, and put it right. But don't be blackmailed. There are unfortunately quite a few less scrupulous people out there. So don't let them come and bully your business. You'll quickly find out who they are. And also, unfortunately, in the times we're in, fraud will be high, much higher than it's ever been. If you have tracked delivery, normally now you'll have a picture. So you can say, oh, it seems to have been delivered here. And then you're stopping any fraud, any costs, and any potential returns or payouts because a customer's claiming they don't have something when you know that they do. Now, if you're selling on varying other platforms, Amazon, for example, have a free returns policy for shoes, clothes, and jewellery. Jewellery, depending on what it is, I personally wouldn't allow anything that can be piercing the body to be returned. Clothing that's been worn, unless there's a serious issue, I wouldn't be allowing it to be returned. And the same with shoes. There is a huge upsurge in people leaving labels on to return stuff. If they have a legitimate reason for returning something, i.e. it's damaged or not what it says on the tin, then it's your cost. Any other reason, it's down to them. But you're going to need to go check out whatever the return requirements for your country is, because I'm sure they're very different in different spaces in the world. Whichever way, keep the customer happy and you keep them coming back and talking about you for all the right reasons.